Hi guys, welcome to a new video. So today's topic is interface. So interface is basically a blueprint of our system. So we use to create the blueprint of our system uh, in the initial stages of the project. So for that we use the interface. So interface used to create a blueprint of the system. We declare the methods to mention what our system does, and later on we define these methods into the system or into our subclasses. So initially we will just defining what our system will does into the methods. We will be declaring the methods here and just giving a blueprint that what our system is doing, and later on we will define these methods into our subclasses wherever it is required. So that is what the interface concept is. Blueprint actually helps to better understand the system. So as it is only giving a summary, or you can say the functionality of our system, that what it is doing, what it will have to do in the initial stage. So we implement it into the later stages, but initially we will define what our system will do. So that is what the concept of interface is. So whenever we are developing a software or system, in the initial stages we will declare we will create the interfaces and declare the methods that what our system will do. So later on we will define these methods into our classes. For example, if we are creating a software for the college, and then that software should declare some methods into the interfaces. Okay, like a normal functionality of a college or a college software or something like this. It will like its interface, we will mention like in its interface we will mention something like registration method, then section method, then fee calculation methods. So then these methods are later on used by various subclasses or classes, such as account class will use the fee calculation method, student class will use the registration method, something like this. So and these methods we have already defined in the initial stage of our software of the college, that we will later then implement it into the different classes. So that is what the concept of the interface is. So interface, or we can also say in another definition, that interface declares a declaration starts with the interface keyword and its body having the variable or methods as it is in class, same as it is in class. But the major difference is that we do not define methods in the interface, and they doesn't have any body, we only declare them. So that is what we have already discussed here also, that it is only giving only the blueprint and declaring only the methods, and later on we will define these methods into the subclasses. So that is what the interface is. So how it is declared, something like interface, then interface name I, and then we will be having various you can say data members or methods. And the main thing the interface is having that by default the variables, or you can say the data members, are internally public static final, and the methods are by default internally public abstract accessibility by default. Although we do not write or prefix here as abstract, although we do have not write here as public static final, but internally if we are declaring the data members and methods into interface, then these are by default having these accessibility. So here I here is a static variable, so not an instance variable. So the memory has to be given only once because it is static variable. And then we are having the I as a final also. So once we will assign the value into it, we cannot change it later into our code. So that is what the concept of data members and methods into the interfaces. Later on, what is how we will implement the interface. In interface, we implement in classes we inherit some classes using the extend keywords. But if a class implement interface, then we use the implements keyword. Okay, so we have defined an interface here, I1. Then one method have been declared into it because we cannot define. Then we will be having the I2. Then we will be having a method into it, a display2, that we doesn't that is declared, and we cannot define any method into the interface. So here if we are implementing some interface into the classes, then we will have to override the methods of those interfaces. Okay, so first of all, one more thing, in class C, we have implement the two methods called two interfaces called I1 and I2 here. So here class C implements I1 and I2. So we are using the keyword as implements here for implementing the interfaces into it. And later we will be having the method. So if we are implementing some interface into the class, then we will have to define these methods. So we are defining in the display one method of interface I here, and display 2 method of interface I2 here, sorry here. Then generally we used to define these methods. If some class is implementing some interface, then it should define these interface methods, because by default these methods are come into the class. Okay, and these are by default abstract in nature, as we have already discussed here. Like here, public abstract by default these methods are. So as we have not written, but in whenever any method is defined into the interface, it is by default public abstract. So these public abstract methods have auto come into the class if a class implements these interfaces. So we must have to define these interface here. So generally we used to define, but if we doesn't define any method here, so then we will have to declare this class as abstract, because it is by default the abstract method. But yes, it is by default the abstract method, because it was the part of I2 interface, and it is by default coming into the class C, because class C has implemented I2 also. So something like this will also happen. So same rule we have discussed here. Like generally we define the method body of interface into the classes implementing the interface. But if we don't define or implement the interface methods, then after implementing into the classes, then we must have to prefix or make that class as abstract. Okay, so we will have to make this class as abstract class if we are not, for example, if we are not defining this this method, something, if we are not defining this method, and okay, so we must have to method and we have implemented this I1. Okay, so automatically display one method is coming into the class C. Okay, although we have not written, but abstract method is already there into internally into the class C. So we will have to create this class as abstract, because although it is not visible, but we are having this method internally. This method internally because we have implemented I1. Okay, so we will have to define this as abstract class. Okay, if we are not we are implementing interface but not defining it. Okay, so now we have defined it. Okay, so it is correct, because it is not an abstract class now because we have defined this method. Okay, so like abstract class, we cannot create the object of interface also, because as we know, abstract class may contain some methods or which are implemented, some methods which are abstract method or not implemented method. Okay, but like in interface we are having the methods with the declarations only, and that is the abstract methods by default. Although we have not written as abstract keyword, as we have already discussed, but yes, any method defined in the interface is by default abstract method, and we cannot define that method. So there is no need to create the object of that thing. Okay, so by default an interface, we cannot create the object of interface. So interface is do not have constructors also, as interface have all the variables as static in nature by default. So like in abstract class we are having the instance data members also, and in abstract class we are having we can have the constructors also, but in interface in case of interface we doesn't have the constructor. But the concept is basically the abstract class have constructor as its child class have the objects. When the child class constructor runs, then it can call the parent class. Okay, if the like if we run the child constructors, then it can run the parent class constructor also. Okay, and in abstract class case we are having the instance variable, so we can use the constructor to initialize those variables. But in case of interface, our data members or variables, like we have already discussed, are static in nature. Okay, so public, static, final in nature. Okay, so by default these are static in nature, so there is no use of using the constructor for instantiating those variable or data members. So interface does not have the constructors. Now extending the interface, like in classes we in inheritance one class use when one class is extending child class is extending the parent class, we use the keyword extends. Similarly when an interface extending is another interfaces, then we use the keyword extend here. Okay, so like we are having the an interface I1 which is defined here, then interface I2 which is defined here. Then how we will extend, like in our in this we are having a third interface and I3 which extends I1 and I2, so we will use the keyword extends here to to extend these I1 and I2 interfaces. Okay, so I3 which is an interface which is extending these interfaces must have to define these methods which are declared here. Okay, so these these two interfaces are only creating the only having the declarations. Then these two when declarations when extended into I3, then it should be defined. Then we are having an interface I4 also. Just for an example, we have discussed we are having a class called C also. So these two we have added more to see whether we can extend and implement both or not, both classes and interfaces or not. And yes, we can extend something like this. We are having a class called D which is extending C and implementing I3 and I4. So here we are having the, you can say, rule or something like, you can say Java rule, that we can extend one class only and implements multiple methods, uh, uh, multiple interfaces into this class D. So we have already discussed here, uh, like this. Sorry, I have not explained this line. The class C implements I1 and I2 here. So it is a concept of multiple inheritance here. So in case of interfaces, we can have the multiple inheritance, as a class can implement two methods. Same the thing we have doing also here also, like class D is implementing I3 and I4 interface, and also extending the C class. Okay, so it is a correct, we can extend, implement and extend both here for a class. So like abstract class, we can create the reference variable of interfaces also. And this is another concept of interface. Like in interface, we are having one interface having I1. Here we are having a method called M1, which is declared only here and not defined, as it was an interface. And then we are having class which implements I. Then we are having a method M1 which we have defined here. Okay, then as it has implemented this I1, so a method of I1 M1 is defined here. Okay, then we are having a M2 method which is a by default, you can say, method of class C, which is also defined here or defined here. And then we will be having a class D in which we are having a main method. So how the reference variables work, like if we are having some reference variable of C class, okay, and we are creating the object, then it is correct. Okay, so if we are having the reference variable of some interface, like we have discussed, we can create the reference variable of the interface. Okay, so if we are defining reference variable as I1, or for like a reference variable of interface instead of class C here, and we are creating or referring to an object here of C class, so which has implemented the I1. So it is also correct here, because as per rule interface can have the reference variable. So creating a reference variable I1 of interface 1, so parent interface I1 can keep the reference variable of class C which is implemented or defined it. Okay, then we will be having, so then we will be having I reference like that is reference variable of interface. So interface reference, that is I reference dot m1. So it is correct because I reference variable, like interface reference variable is of interface I1. So parent interface I1 can keep the reference variable of class C and implement it and define it. Okay, so if we are having a I reference variable and we are accessing the m1 method here, which is declared here, then it is correct because it will print, it will access this m1 method and print the output of it. But if we define it something like interface reference m2, so m2 is not declared into the, that is parent of you can say class C, parent interface of class C. It has only defined the m1 and has only declared the m1 method. So into the child, that is class C of the interface I1, we are having the m2 method. So m2 method is cannot be accessible from the parent interface I1. Okay, parent interface I1 can access only m1 method. Okay, so whenever we are defining something like I reference m2, then it is incorrect. As you know, the in inheritance, so we are also having the same feature, like the parent class variable can keep the reference of uh, child class, but can access only the methods in parent class and cannot access the methods of child class. Okay, so same is in the case of interface here. So that is why I1 cannot access the C class methods. Okay, it can access the methods of uh, its own interface M1. So it cannot access the method of its child, as it was into also in inheritance case. So same is the case here into the interface. So that's it for today, and if you like this video, please click on thumb button, and if you wants to share this video further, then please share this video to your friends, and also subscribe this channel by clicking on the bell icon or bell button, then click on all for further all the notifications regarding the channel. And thanks for watching.